The good news, we are in the end of the winter, so I'm not worried too much about this. And I want to show you what is the temperature right now here inside. It is 44. It's a beautiful morning, and I think we got maybe about, I don't know, 12 inches.
Yeah.
Some delicious.
No. Out! Out!
Okay.
I know how you are, eating all my food. Thank you. Thanks for being smarter than me. I just happened to look out the window and I said, Jose, you better get out there. Because if the ducks destroy everything we planted, I'm going to cry. So we saved the day. The door is now shut.
Yeah, another winter storm. Today is Sunday, March 30, yeah. And we had a lot of snow, wet and heavy snow. And tomorrow morning it's gonna be a little chilly, around 12 degrees. So I had to do a couple things inside of the high tunnel. What I do is I will maybe put 2 more layers of root cover to try to protect the plant. So that's my little agenda for today. And the other thing is I had to do another snowplow. I like to do that. I like to do that. I want to do another snowplow because I like that. And yep, Sunday, the farmer job never ends. Something wrong with the snow blower. I think the auger get a little bent, so I guess because I was pushing too hard, I think I broken the auger, but I can fix that, but not today. The good news, we are in the end of the winter, so I'm not worried too much about this. If we get a lot of snow, I can bring the shovel and start shoveling here. But or I can fix the snow blowers, no big deal. But anyway, now I will use the tractor. Okay, I'm here inside of the high tunnel, and I want to show you what is the temperature right now here inside. It is 44, and upside is 30. Not bad, not too bad. But tomorrow morning is supposed to be like a very cool morning, 13 degrees in the morning, 13. I don't know if it's gonna be Monday or Tuesday, but either one of those days is gonna be cold. So I will be prepared for that. So I will do is I will put more root cover like this one, maybe 2 layers more in each one, so to make sure everything's right here inside. But I think it's gonna be okay. It's better to be prepared. All right. It's a beautiful morning, and I think we got maybe about, I don't know, 12 inches Wow, beauty. What?
Hey, get out of the soup.
Soup.
All right, so it's Monday.
It is Monday.
Ooh, the last day of March, the
Goodbye,
31st.
March, yeah.
Adios. It's certainly still doesn't feel like spring. I think we got over a foot of snow over the weekend. It was a good excuse though for you and I to kind of lay low and take a quiet weekend. We never aren't busy though.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice when you don't have to do anything specific, but we stayed very busy all weekend doing little stuff. I mostly worked on the planting schedule, which is basically just a calendar I'll show you later. I keep one for Betsy and one for Jose, and then I just kind of transfer back and forth when things need to be done. So Jose's is mostly like prepping beds and where things need to go, and Betsy's is more what seeds need to be started.
Yeah.
So, but while Jose was outside this weekend, because you did a couple of things, you had to obviously clear snow. And you did some extra covers on the beds because tonight we're expecting 12 degrees.
Yeah.
12. And the reason we don't mind that it's going to get to 12 is because we want to see how the crops do in the high tunnel at 12. So we are doing, on the outer beds, we're doing triple covers. On the center beds, we're going to do double covers because you've got the thicker covers.
Yeah.
And we're just going to see what happens. I think everything will be fine, but we're just kind of testing to see. We don't have any crops out there that'll be overly affected.
Yeah, I think later today is going to be sunny, so maybe...
Yeah, it'll help warm up the soil.
Yeah.
Even though in the heated greenhouse right now, it's above 35 in there. So I think it should be fine. But anyway, another thing I've been doing the last few days is I'm trying to clear out the freezers. And because we're so busy in the summer, a lot of times I don't have time to cook, especially on Mondays when we get up at like 6 a.m., start harvesting immediately, and then I have to be out of here by 2 p.m. Usually we have not eaten in that amount of time except for a quick breakfast. So by the time I go to leave, Jose and Betsy are starving, but I don't have time to make food. And since I'm the primary food maker around here, everybody starves. Yeah. So I've been making bulk soups. The other day I made and put in the freezer a bean soup with lamb. Ooh. And remember, this is all stuff that either we've grown or prepped here on the farm. Yeah. So the two soups I made yesterday are 100% from the farm. I made a corn chowder, which you had for dinner last night, but the rest is going to go in the freezer. And then I made my famous tomato soup. It's got a little bit of spice to it because it's got jalapeno in it. It's so good. We're going to have that for lunch today, but I'm also going to put that in the freezer.
Ready for summer. Yeah,
so I made two huge batches yesterday. I'm going to put them, we get these plastic containers for the freezer. And so it's just easy to thaw them out in the summer and do that. So the next few weeks I'll be making a lot of soups and other things because those freezers need to get emptied. We like to shut them down right around April, the end of April, so they're empty and ready to be stocked. Yeah. With new product from this season.
So excited.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm going to do this, and then if I can keep Jose out of the kitchen. Oh. Because he's always trying to get into my food. No. I think I'm going to put a bunch of tomatoes in and make a tomato sauce. Oh. so we can do some pasta over the summer when we're hungry. So I think that's next on the agenda, plus another batch of beans. I think we're going to do black beans so we can make quart size. I can can quarts tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sound delicious.
Out! Out!
Okay.
I know how you are, eating all my food. All right, we're going to start with the corn chowder. Thank you, Jose. All right, so for the corn chowder, it looks like we've got 6 quarts here to go into the freezer. What I'm going to do is I'll label all of them with what's in there and the date. Then we keep this handy little book right here. This is for we keep 2 books. One is for dry items, dehydrated, those kinds of things. Then this one is this is our canning book. We keep it with exactly what we did, how much we made, and then what the ingredients were. That way, if anybody ever asks, if I give a soup away and we want to know what's in it, I can tell exactly what I did it. If I want to make the soup again, I know exactly what was in it. If I want to change stuff, it's easy to do. So I keep this book, and what happens is I'll put the date we made these on here, and then I can look back at the date in the book and see exactly what we made. So now I'm going to do up the tomato soup. All right, that's nice. I have 8 quarts of the tomato, 6 quart of the corn chowder. That will make a lot of meals through the summer. Today I have a chicken in the crock pot. I think tomorrow night I will make a huge pot of chicken soup that we will also freeze, so we'll have that. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'm just going to make up some big batches of stuff and throw them in the freezer. If I've got about 30 to 40 things of soup in the freezer, maybe a few more than that would be really nice. It just helps out when we're super tired or we come in really late one night and I don't want to think about cooking. I'm sure a lot of you understand that, especially if you're farming. You just don't have time sometimes to do what you need to do because you're too busy doing what you need to do. So, okay, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to clean these pots, and then I think maybe in the really big guy, I'm going to do a batch of tomato sauce because, yeah, I got a lot of paste tomatoes out in the garage. So that's probably, well, the other thing I have is a lot of just diced tomatoes out in the freezers. So who knows what I'm going to do. So for the soups, because we like to reuse the containers, I don't like writing directly on the containers. We use this, it's kind of like a masking tape, and all I'm going to do is label what kind of soup it is with the date, and then these will go directly into the freezer. I used to not label because I was like, I don't remember what I did. Yeah, 6 months later when I'm trying to figure out what's in the freezer, not good. So I pulled out these 1 gallon bags of frozen paste tomatoes out of the freezer outside, and I'm gonna cook them down today to make like a tomato sauce or tomato paste. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna be doing. I just know I wanna get them cooked down. What I do know is that each of these bags holds 5 pounds. We try to put 5 pounds in a bag, just makes life easy. So I know I'm putting 20 pounds in here. We'll see if they all fit. What I might do is let them cook down a little bit and then add the last bag, just because eventually they'll all fit in here. It's gonna fill that up pretty good. So I think I'm only gonna be able to get 3 bags in here for right now. So with the frozen tomatoes, we clean them up before we put them in these bags, so they're ready to go right in here. All right, so that's a good start. That last bag will have to wait. All right, I'm gonna put them on the stove. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to keep them from sticking to the bottom. Okay, the next project I have to work on getting this kitchen cleaned up, and then I have to do the eggs today. We have, this time of year, the eggs are starting to come fast and furious. So it's a lot more work. Now until about end of July, I have a lot of egg washing duties I have to do. So I'm gonna get the kitchen all cleaned up and then go wash eggs. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy?
Friday.
Oh yeah, we wish it was Friday. That's an April Fool's joke, I think. So today's April 1st, which is the 2nd.
Yeah.
I mean, which is the 1st.
That's the first.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Tuesday, the 1st. That's what I was trying to say. And we woke up to a huge April Fool's joke this morning from nature.
Yeah.
It is spring, it is April, and it was 3 degrees here on the farm.
Yeah, it was still cold.
Yeah, the feel-like temperature was -8.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd been planning for a super cold night, and I always plan that whatever they say the temperature will be, it'll be 10 degrees colder. And it was saying it was going to hit 11 last night, and we got 3.
Yeah.
So we knew it was going to be cold, and we had planted all those crops in the high tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's warming up a lot in there. Right now I think it's 70 in here.
Yeah.
So it's probably right around that 70 or 80 over there.
Yeah.
The problem we have now is we have not watered anything in several days because we were worried about that cold night. We didn't want a lot of moisture in the soil. I feel like the more moisture, the more likely we are to get some frosty plants, just because then there's a lot of humidity and moisture in the air.
Yeah.
So the thing that has to happen today before anything else is everything needs a really good watering.
Yeah.
Because now we don't have any nights dropping down below about 22 in the 10-day forecast, which for all of the crops we've got planted now are fine. So we'll have to wait and see how these ones fared in this super cold night, because it was bad. 3 degrees is bad.
Yeah.
Like we're not even talking teens. We're talking single digits on April 1st. Low single digits. Happy April Fools to us. So what you're going to see this morning is we're going to water everything in here, and then we're going to hook up the hose for the first time and really well water that high tunnel.
Yeah.
Then we need to move trays. So we are germinating over in the germination room, and almost everything has germinated over there except for the tomatoes, peppers, and the squash and cucumbers. They'll stay over there, but almost everything else will come over here. And then we'll move anything that hasn't germinated in here over there. And you'll see, I'll talk about it later, but there's a huge difference on what's in the germination room and is germinated and what's out here. So the spinach that we planted on the same day and we moved into the germination room, it's almost 100% germinated. In here we got like little plants every now and then.
Yeah.
Now after today, it'll probably, if the sun stays out, it'll kick it into germination. But we need to get it into high gear, and we're planting again on Friday. Or seeding trays, so we're going to need that space. So we're just going to move everything in there and hopefully get some stuff germinated. All right, so that's kind of the plan for today. We've already had a busy morning. We went and plowed our neighbor's driveway that we're taking care of. And I ran to, our little town to get a few things because we need to go to the grocery store, but sometimes running all the way into town is a long 30-minute drive, so we're not going to starve to death. I just went and picked up a few things we needed. All right, well, I'm going to get to watering in here. You're going to get me a hose hooked up for over in the high tunnel.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
And then we'll see how everything did over there.
Okay.
Let's do it. So there are some tools on the farm that we don't use very often, but when we do, they're invaluable. If you've got apparently Jose turned the water on. If you've got beds like these and you're going to need to hand water, we don't hand water very often, but this time of year when it's super early and we only have a couple of rows, we hand water. Also a few times in the summer, just if there's something random. But pulling hoses up and down these, you know, very thin walkways and not killing plants can be a challenge. So we have one of these hose rollers, and what we'll do is water all the way to the end, shut the water off, and then we come back here and we roll it back, and then it stays right in the aisle. It's very nice. So I recommend, like, some of our most valuable tools, our garden cart, the hose roller, and, you know, spend a little money on those things because you want them to be heavy duty and you want them to work when you need them to work. So we just finished thawing out one of our hoses. The one on the hose roller was fine because it was in the greenhouse, but the other one we needed to thaw out. So Jose's got it working. We've got 3 beds that need to be watered here: lettuces, salad mix, spinach, onions, and then broccoli, bok choy, and cabbages, and then some root crops.
And zucchinis and...
No, there's no...
Uh-oh.
It's April Fool's again. Are you going to be this annoying all day?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No.
No. Well, my April Fool's joke is I didn't buy you any beer for tonight.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully for the next year we don't have this to have to move a lot houses.
No, we you know, we're pretty set up where we don't have to move hoses too much.
I mean, we should have water here already.
No, we're gonna try to run water out to both of these high tunnels. But in the interim, these things are nice. A little bit of air in the system.
I think it's a little loose.
What's that?
I think it's a little...
I don't know. See if you can. You're the one that fixes all this.
Okay.
It just wasn't in place. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Thanks for being smarter than me. It is bright out here.
Yeah, it is.
So it's the afternoon now. We did all the watering this morning. So now we're going to move some trays because we need to get the germinated stuff out of here, get it over to the greenhouse, and then some things that didn't germinate yet need to go from there to here so we can get the process moving. Although I'd say with the amount of snow we have, we're still pretty early. Like, I don't think we have too much to worry about. I just get I want to move faster than nature wants me to move.
Yeah.
It does feel like spring in the high tunnel. What almost happened in the high tunnel today?
We leave the one door open, and so the dogs say, hoo, 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 hoo.
Yeah,
Happy April.
the ducks. I looked out and I could see one sitting on the straw. We had put a straw bale to block the door, which the ducks don't usually, but they know because we let them in there in the fall, so they remember. So she was sitting up on the straw bale and all the other ducks were mingling around outside the door, and I just happened to look out the window and I said, Jose, you better get out there, because if the ducks destroy everything we planted, I'm gonna cry. So we saved the day. The door is now shut.
Yeah.
No ducks in the high tunnel, thankfully. All right, you ready to move some trays?
Yep, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Ready? Oh, yeah. Sorry, spinach.
So I'm a little disappointed. I was going to try to save this spinach, because it stayed in here all winter, but we need this space, sadly. How does it taste?
Like spinach.
Like spinach? Weird. So I was going to try to save it, but I think we need the space more than we need this little bit of spinach.
Yeah.
I hate to do it, I really do. But we're gonna. We've moved now a bunch of trays out of here over to there. Now what I have to do in here is reorganize some things because anything that's germinated needs to go down low. So we have cucumbers and summer squash. They're gonna go down low because they don't need the same level of heat to germinate, and it's cooler down low. And then anything that hasn't germinated is gonna go over on these shelves here until it gets germinated. So I'm gonna work on that real quick while Jose is gonna play with the puppies.
Come on, get your ball. Come. Come on.
Okay. Everything is done. What I'm gonna do real quick is some of these trays that I moved from inside to out here really need to be watered. Bad. So I'm gonna get those watered. And then I'm gonna do some organization in here to get ready because in a few days I'm gonna be doing a bunch of seeding, so I'm gonna need space. So that's the plan in here.